Out of the abyss of my mind, I attempted to climb, until I found there was nowhere to go. My crepuscular view made the world seem askew. In this place of desolation, I felt the ghastly sensation, and after no close dreams, I attempted to scheme for a way to make it all end. But then weeks would go by, where I thought I could fly, and invincibility coursed through my veins. In this strange condition, I felt unworldly ambition, working beyond clever in the most doughty endeavors. But after every achievement, my mind went back to bereavement. My thoughts, they would torment the soul that lay dormant in the recesses of my beating heart. I attempted to cope at the end of a rope, but too early, I was rudely awakened. So to and fro, in this cycle I go, in hopes of remission from this paradoxical condition. That, in a word, is my initial experience of bipolar disorder, or manic depression. But now, I count it as one of the greatest blessings in my life, because it gave me the power to listen completely. That word paradox characterized my high school experience. I was captain of the football team, student body president. I could give speeches in front of thousands of people without batting an eye. I was a two-way starter. I played both offense and defense, rarely came out of games, lifted twice a day, and then had practice. My coaches would tell me, Joe, we have not had anyone that works as hard as you in a very long time. But what they didn't see is when I went home after practice and ran canyon roads until my feet bled, lifting weights again until my entire body shook, and eventually until my muscles tore. Behind a huge smile and an aura of unrivaled confidence, I wrestled with despair. There were days I could not get out of bed because all of my limbs felt heavier than lead, and I didn't know how much longer I could do it. It got to the point where my family couldn't trust me to be alone. So my parents checked me into the hospital. It was there I met a girl, Ruby. And she was the victim of an online predator for 3 years. And I cannot tell you the rage that I felt knowing that this girl was robbed of reality. Every day she was thrown back into the terror that had affected her past life through PTSD attacks. But Ruby didn't need someone to be mad for her. She needed someone to be there and someone to listen completely. So, every day, when she was about to get thrown into these PTSD attacks, I would sit there and have her explain to me the purple bus she was going to live in and travel the country until she found the perfect place where she eventually wanted to live. Some kind of conception of a beautiful future after she took her reality back. Over 11 days, I had her explain every inch of detail in that bus. What color the wood floors would be, how the carpet would match the walls, what the blankets would feel like, what the candles would smell like, how many cats exactly she could fit in there and still be comfortable and not a crazy cat lady. And slowly, she started getting that reality back. Because once we had an idea, once we painted a picture of what that bus would be, we started focusing on where she would go first. What states, what places, what idea her life would be like. She was going to go be a waitress or a teacher, where she was going to move forward from where she was then. So, over 11 days, I made one of my closest friends that I will never see again. Because you can't exchange phone numbers in a hospital like that for everyone's protection. And I changed her name in this speech, just in case any of you meet a beautiful girl who's driving around in a purple bus. Before I left, she came up and told me, "You saved me because you were there every day, talking me through how I was going to move forward in life in a way that I didn't know I could do. I didn't have the confidence to do. Because you listened and you remembered every detail, so it was always something new we were talking about." That's how we painted that beautiful picture of a wonderful purple bus that she was going to live in. That's when I found that powerful skill of listening completely, because you never know what's going on behind someone's huge smile. No matter how confident they seem, someone can be broken. In explaining this concept, Ernest Hemingway, an author, another man who struggled severely with bipolar depression, said that the best people who have the courage and the compassion to stand with people, no matter who they are, no matter how dark their days are often wounded and sometimes destroyed, because they have been to that abyss of despair and they want nothing more than to make sure no one else gets to that place, no one falls into that pit, and do whatever they can to pull them out. In conclusion, he said, when you listen completely, because most people never listen.